Hey y'all. My name is Ashley Nicole Phillips, and you are tuned in to my Facebook community live. I am a channel for the divine. I use my shaman mama capabilities, my connection to the oneness of all things, growing and evolving into new conscious awareness of my oneness with all things, or all things oneness with all things, or celestial, galactic, unity, oneness consciousness. I channel healing frequencies and messages within my podcast, Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley Nicole Phillips, which is available to stream for free on YouTube and Spotify, as well as Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment, which is available to stream for free on YouTube. A bigger truth is we're all awakening to the remembrance that we've always only been limitless. And I've awakened to new dimensions and perspectives and understandings of my existential fundamental nature, or our existential fundamental nature, because we're truly one. And I channel these understandings within the podcast. Again, Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley Nicole Phillips. It's available to stream on YouTube and Spotify for free. And then Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment is available to stream on YouTube for free. I recently, and it's actually cataloged in the podcast. And I've had many multidimensional experiences, infinite multidimensional experiences, which culminate to who I am in this moment. You've had infinite experiences which culminate into who you manifest or are in this moment. We are infinite, limitless, and we're awakening to this remembrance. We've actually been in a embodying dense energies, been in a dense song of energies, bandwidth of energies, which created amnesia to the fact that we've always only existed, that we've always only been limitless. And this experience that we had in an amnesiatic phase was only a part of the makings of us. This amnesiatic phase perpetuated death, disease, war, famine, poverty, pedophilia, sex trafficking, human trafficking. Before I continue, this is mukbang style, so I will be eating my dinner on camera. This will also be the weekly offering within the Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley Nicole Phillips catalog, the Monday 7 a.m. offering, Central Standard Time offering, as well as the Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment Wednesday 11 p.m. Central Standard offering, 11 a.m. not p.m. 11 a.m. Central Standard Time offering. Again, that's Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment on YouTube, Wednesdays, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley Nicole Phillips on Mondays, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. So as I awaken to new conscious awareness of the limitless nature in which all things are, being multidimensional, infinite energies, frequencies, which we most commonly term God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, incarnated as galactic species, galactic beings of the cosmos. And understand, we perceive ourselves as humans of planet Earth and humans of dimensionality, multidimensionality. It's understanding that our human has 0 degrees of separation from every other galactic species in divine evolution, or the cosmos, or Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, God. As most commonly termed, divine evolution, which these are the terms we most commonly use within our synaptical understanding of ourselves, or divine evolution. So I'm awakening into new remembrances of who we are, our existential fundamental nature, and the way that I perceive these things, and the way that I'm gifted to share is Willard McDonald is my contribution to the evolution of all things. Just as, you know, my call to action, sit with yourself every day for at least, for as long as you feel. Sit with yourself every day. Ask yourself, hey self, what is it that I need to know to come into greater conscious awareness, as well as greater conscious embodiment of my limitless potentials? Wait for the answers, because they will come. And your lingo with the universe is most likely unique to yourself. I say that to say, validate yourself in your knowing, so you come in greater conscious awareness, conscious embodiment of your limitless potentials. So the way that I share and channel divine remembrances of our existential fundamental nature is my contribution to the evolution of all things. Just the way you express and share your authentic frequency is your contribution to the evolution of all things. So y'all see the title, Humanity is Home. We are home. I'm going to go ahead and sit back. I didn't finish the Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley Nicole Phillips 2033 prophecy. By the year 2033, the divine says, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Brahman, the Most High says, we will be a human culture, divine galactic celestial beings of divine evolution, with the understanding, with the embodiment, with the consciousness expansion, consciousness evolution, mind, body, soul, spirit evolution, to understand that we are a human culture, planet Earth, galactic species of divine evolution, with no death, no disease, no war, no famine, war, peace, no poverty, no pedophilia, no sex trafficking, no human trafficking. As death, disease, war, famine, poverty, pedophilia, sex trafficking, human trafficking, we're all a part of the makings of us. I'm going to sit back and we're actually going to channel, bless me, 3 Jewish rabbis. Rabbi Yeshua, most commonly known as Jesus Christ, as well as Rabbi Yosef Yitzchak Schneerson, as well as a little bit richer Rabbi Mendel Schneerson. Thank you, rabbis, for joining us. Thank you, Ashley, for allowing us to be here in your creation, your podcast, your contribution to the evolution of all things. I'm here to say that we are home. We are remembered to the fact that we are wellness. Israel, Iran, Algeria, Iran, Lebanon. We want Ashley to name countries and cities and towns and states that resemble our home, regardless of the land mass, the square miles, the kilometers, the meters. We are home. We are energies, evolving and perpetuating the evolution of all things through the way that we relate with ourselves or all things, to paint pictures, scenes, realities, realms of existence. Do not allow your evolution that said capitalism, greed, hunger for more, dominance, a dominance out of fear of lack or being less. And the truth is, we are all limitless or abundance or energies that manifest and exist to relate with one another in all things, to paint pictures, realms, spaces, dimensions of stories, evolution. Home is not a state, city, or town. And a greater truth that we're all knowing in. Home is the reverberation, the vibrations of the frequency of our unity. Or the remembrance that the way we affect each other is the way we affect ourselves. Ashley doesn't want to get violent. The bombing of Iran or Israel or Lebanon or Qatar or Dubai or Yemen is a bombing of the soul, the bombing of the self, the bombing of the divine, as we are all the energies that manifest, reverberate, reflect, refract, to tell the story that is the divine. And as we exist, as we are, as we relate with one another, ourselves, the divine gets to know the divine in infinite ways. What have we learned? We learned fear can create monsters that desecrate, annihilate, slaying ourselves, murder ourselves. The self, Ashley, the self, the divine Shekinah Hashem, the self. Remember who you are, humanity, galactic beings, every galactic species of divine evolution and beyond. Remember who you are, all beings, all things of divine evolution. Remember who you are, one in our infinite nature, one in divine evolution, one in unconditional love. As we can not only grow and evolve and garner wisdoms from the experience of turning into monsters, but we turn our monsters into magic or the wisdoms, chakma, divine wisdoms, bina, intuitive knowledge. As Ashley speaks, she is channeling Rabbi Mendel Schneerson, Rabbi Yeshua, most commonly known as Jesus Christ, Rabbi Yosef Yitzchak Schneerson, because we are one, and we are one. The Jews are one with the Gentiles. The Gentiles are not Gentiles, but Jews, or chosen. Like every species, every being, every being of divine evolution, everything that is divine evolution. Thank you, Ashley. You're welcome. Thank you, Rabbis. 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 So breathe, center, ground. Breathe into our heart spaces, our stomachs. Our stomachs in a way that we allow, we don't run from our existence. Breathing into our hearts, stomach deep, releasing. Thank you, Rabbis. Thank you, Rabbis. Thank you, Rabbis. I channel the Rabbis often within my podcast, both of my podcasts, Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley Nicole Phillips. Again, available to stream on YouTube and Spotify. If you go to the Kingdom Things Podcast on YouTube, go to the playlist section, and there's playlists dedicated to each channel, the channelings for each rabbis that each rabbis contribute to. So we have Rabbi Yeshua channeling sermons with Rabbi Yeshua. We have channelings with Rabbi Yosef Yishkak Schneerson, and channelings with the Rebbe, which is Rabbi Mendel Schneerson. Rabbi Mendelssohn Schneerson. The rabbi says it's fine. He wanted me to say that because there's many Rabbis, so he wanted to make sure we knew which Rebbe it is. He is. We're identifying with. You're welcome. Mendelssohn. Rabbi Mendelssohn Schneerson. Thank you, Rabbi Mendelssohn Schneerson. I just channeled him, so it's like many dimensions. It's fine. Okay, thank you. Like Rabbi he said it's fine. Thank you, Rabbi. Not to be disrespectful at all. Thank you. Yes. So I have the, if you go to Kingdom Things Podcast on YouTube, we have the playlist sections for each rabbi. And I channel the rabbis often, and I have so much gratitude. They share their wisdoms, their love, their light, which we're one with. We're all one in divine evolution. Okay. Let's take another breath. Just let that breathe. Let this breathe. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you again, ancestors. 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 Shall we remember, continue to remember, and awaken to the remembrance and the wellness to say a prayer to the crown. Shall we awaken and remember to remembrance that we are wellness, we are limitless, we are balanced. Our experiences of perceptibility, perspective, perception, outside of the understanding and the beingness of wellness and balance is just that, a perspective to assist with the evolution of all things. Our homeostasis, our true homeostasis is limitless nature, wellness, balance. As our being, as our culture, no death, no disease, no war, no famine, no peace, no poverty, no pedophilia, no sex trafficking, no human trafficking, a heightened consciousness, species, energy, beings of divine evolution of the cosmos, of all things. Thank you again, ancestors. Drink some water. Let me sip on some water. Yes. We're going to be gentle with ourselves. Because as a rabbi stated, we are one. As the rabbi stated, we are one. You know, we can be upset and point and blame fingers at many parties in regards to the war happening right now. It doesn't create solution. It doesn't reflect the wisdoms that we are. Principle of correspondence, as below, so above. Everything that we experience, perceive, are and don't experience, perceive, we're one with. We're one energy manifested in infinite ways, most commonly termed God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High. So, practicing the call to action, meditating, atoning within the inner space. Hey soul, hey self, what is this person trying to teach me about myself? In which I perceive to be the wellness, be the remedy, be the balance. So moving on, not moving on, but evolving the conversation. I don't want to touch on the war anymore. I will say this. I'm scrolling on Instagram. There's the United States of America citizens stuck in war zones, in this war zone going on. Any citizen stuck in the war zone is not good. Living and being and tolerating it, like, war zones as existence is not cool at all. We should not have war. We're evolving out of war, right? I actually really recently channeled about this topic within Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley Nicole Phillips. I'll link it below for the playback watchers. I channeled Leonardo da Vinci and Sir Isaac Newton. There are sensitive topics in this podcast installment. Trigger warning alert. But I channeled about how, like, we take it for granted a lot of times when we don't live in war zones. When there's a lot of country that war zone is just the way of life. Like that's just their normal. Like a lot in the Middle East and stuff. That's not cool. We get to evolve out of it. We get to atone. Like, hey, so what is that trying to tell me about myself? I do this often in the inner space that, hey, actually reflects the internal war zone that y'all had energetically when you fought yourself or you talked about and blame, shame, dimensions of your reality that you saw as separate from you. When in truly your whole reality, every being, everything is one with you. And when you blame, shame, cast energies of imbalance, you're only doing it to yourself. Principle of compensation. The energy you put out comes back to you. So when you blame, shame, resent, cast disparaging energies and thoughts towards anything, you're doing it to yourself, which manifested our internal battle, our internal wars, which manifested as wars in our reality, feuding and wars in our reality. You're welcome. Thank you. Transcendence. So I channel on the podcast how we you might take it for granted when you don't live in a war zone. It's not cool. We should think of as all life as abundant and worthy to be, and not just be accepting of war because it's across the ocean or in a different country and it doesn't affect you. No, we are one energy, and whether you perceive it affects you or not, it affects our one energy, perpetuating disease, death, war, energetic imbalance, which perpetuates disease, death, war, famine, poverty, pedophilia, sex trafficking, human trafficking, or extreme destitution. Cellular regeneration. Scientifically, we know it exists. The soul told me, actually, death is the farce. You are created to regenerate. And we know this through our sciences now. And we've probably known for a long time, eons. Truly, the soul says surely, actually, because it's like recorded in ancient texts and things like this. Is it recorded in the Sumerian texts? Because out there, like the King's List and things like that, I'm asking the soul, the inner space, out there in like ancient archaeological finds, like the King's List, showing kings that ruled for tens of thousands of years. And that part we write off as a fable, an untrue story. But the part of the King's List where the lifespans reflect more of life expectancy, life expectancy, which we thought is reality, we accept those parts. The soul says no. What happens is we go through ups and down cycles of destitution, abundance, cellular regeneration, cellular depletion, where we decay instead of rejuvenate. And the names on the list that tens of thousands of years, rulerships, that's accurate galactic heritage history. Treat us as such, learn from it, grow from it, because we're one with it. Prophecy, like divine insight alert. Cool. Divine revelation alert. I already have divine revelation alert. I said divine insight. Divine revelation alert. Cool. Now I've gotten this download, but the way the soul's like, that's your galactic heritage. Appreciate it. Treat it as such. Grow and evolve and learn from it. The King's List from out there in the Middle East. If you search on your search engine King's List, ancient King's List, it'll come up. I don't remember if it's Sumerian. Is it Sumerian? It's out there somewhere. It's out that way. It's out that way. So yeah, we're all life worthy of living, because like the Ancestors channel, the Jewish Rabbi Ancestors channel, we're all life, we're all abundance, we're all home, we're all homeland, all beings, all things, all dimensions, even beyond our sensory perspective is the promised land. Are the promised land. We are the promised land. In reality, everything is the promised land. Truly and only. So I'm scrolling on Instagram. And the soul said complete that thought, Ashley. That understanding. The only way for us the way that we graduate into cellular regeneration, divine remembrance, or raising our thong of dense vibrations to higher frequencies, where we cellularly regenerate, consciousness expansion, become celestial, divine, remembered, embodied energies, beings of divine evolution, no death, no disease, no war, no famine, no peace, no poverty, no pedophilia, no sex trafficking, no human trafficking, unity, galactic, celestial consciousness, or Christ consciousness, remembering our oneness with all beings, all things. Asking ourselves, our soul, be inquisitive about our oneness. Asking ourselves, hey soul, through the inner space, prayer, meditation. What was my day supposed to teach me about me? What is my reality supposed to teach me about me? What is it supposed to teach me about me? Garner the wisdoms, be the wisdoms to be the wellness. No death, no disease, no war, no famine, no peace, no poverty, no pedophilia, no sex trafficking, no human trafficking. In our oneness. And forgoing our dispositions of gentility or superiority complex. That's the fear. We feel like we have to puff out our chest and be at the top of the molehill, the mountain hill, the anthill, to feel worthy of something. We're worthy because we exist. And furthermore, my soul told me, hey, Ashley, everything that comes into reality, or divine evolution, everything that exists because it's needed for the evolution of all things, or the evolution of God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High. So we all exist because the divine evolution needed us for the growth and evolution of all things. Scrolling on Instagram, I see kinfolk. We're all kinfolk, all beings, all things are kinfolk. But I see kinfolk over there stranded in the war zone. I'm gonna try not to turn up. I'm gonna take a bite of food and calm my nerves. I'm gonna sip of water, give me some mukbang. Now I looked into the ether space. Okay, let's back it up. Then stop. Wop. No, I'm not gonna do that. No, universe, I don't wanna do that. Wow, let's commit to it. You already went there. Let's stop. Back it up. Back it up. Then drop. Then wah. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's okay. Back to topic. So I'm scrolling on Instagram and people stuck over in the Middle East or in the war zone. Kinfolk. We're all kinfolk. U.S. citizens I came across a reporter that's over there, a journalist that's over there. She's stuck, and she said she got an email from the embassy, the USA embassy, United States embassy said there's no way to come home. Like get in some transport. There's no way for us to come get you. Figure out how to get home. And then the UK, United Kingdom, made sure they picked up their folk. Baby, they sent transportation to go pick up their people and bring them back home. Which I applaud. That's beautiful. That's great. That's wonderful. That's amazing. And then I remember how the president of the United States, Trump, got gifted a over $400,000 plane. Or not, $400 million plane. 400,000. I'm thinking about something else. Over a $400 million plane from Qatar. And on top of being gifted a $400 million jumbo jet from Qatar, United States of America taxpayers paid $1 billion, over $1 billion, to have that plane outfitted and debugged and made sure that it was safe for the president to have, make sure there was no spy cameras, audio stuff in there, all types of stuff. The American taxpayers paid that over $1 billion for this to happen. And the U.S. Embassy has audacity to say there's no way to get you home. You don't gas up that motherfucking plane, Trump. Gas up that motherfucking plane and go pick up the American citizens around wherever they are on the planet. Go pick them up and bring them back home. I don't care how many trips you got to do. Gas up that plane and go, baby, have that plane escorted to go pick up American citizens from wherever they are. And the soul said, yeah, that was a test for the divine, the universal forces for Trump. We wanted to see if he would, like, we put it on his spirit. We wanted to see if he would do it. We already put that on his spirit, to gas up that big ass plane the universe has gifted him, that he kind of willed into place through the energy of all beings. He kind of willed that into place. Are you going to use that big ass plane that you just got less than a year ago that the American citizens technically pay for the shit too? You going to go pick up the American citizens and bring them back home safely? We going to see. Hopefully they do something. I haven't looked to check to see, but I was so upset about that because I'm literally looking on Instagram. Now we have social media. Now we have social media, and we can literally talk to each other online, no matter where we are in the world. And I'm seeing kinfolk over there in the lobbies of hotels and stuff in Dubai and Israel, like shit, like we trying to get home. There's no flights out of this. I'm like, whoa. I drop it to my heart space and pray about it. What's trying to teach us about this? So again, that greed, that dense energy, that lack, destitution manifests all types of things out of alignment with wellness for life, transcendence, and thank you, soul, universal forces. I was like, damn, the taxpayers just pay all that money. You had an audacity, United States of America, to tell U.S. citizens that there's no way for y'all to get them home. Y'all know what to do. Y'all got that big ass plane, and y'all got Air Force One. Y'all got all types of planes and jets. The FBI got like 7 jets they just bought on the taxpayer dime. Y'all buying, I forgot about that. Y'all buying, baby, FBI, baby, Trump, all types of planes. The taxpayer citizens, all types of PJs, private jets. Taxpayers are buying, and y'all ain't got no way to go fly and go get the American citizens and bring them home. Y'all full of stuff. That ain't y'all, baby. What's it trying to teach us about ourselves? The destitution. We pray for wellness of life. I was like, man. My divine counterpart, twin flame. I'm telepathically communicating with him. He's like, why did you just say that? Actually, social media. He's like, why did you just say that? I was like, oh, it's we gotta laugh right now a little bit. Laugh a little bit. All right, y'all. So there's like stuff going on right now, and I don't want to gag myself about it. With the Epstein files. So we know. So I channeled from the soul space. Hey, Ashley, all of the darkness is coming to the light because the universal orchestration has already chosen. You are awakening, becoming divine, remembered, infinite beings, energies of divine evolution, species of the cosmos, truly one with all species, all beings, all things. Heightened consciousness, awareness, celestial, galactic, oneness, unity, Christ consciousness, remembrance that you are one with all things, to activate y'all's multidimensionality, your wellness, your balance. Remembrance that you're one, in which the remembrance in which is that we're one with all things, one in harmony, one in wellness, one in balance. I'm being guided down, so go here, and it's like I hear it loud, the guidance loud and clear, and I'm gonna accept it. I'm gonna accept the guidance. You're welcome. I'm gonna accept the guidance. I hear it loud and clear. Not to go there, not to go here. So I will accept this guidance. I was talking about before the rabbis started channeling me. Before I started channeling the rabbis. I was going to get into the immersion experience, galactic immersion experience. I actually channeled it within the podcast, Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley Nicole Phillips. Really all the content. And one is connection, energetic upliftment, as well as Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley Nicole Phillips. I channeled how we're being projected into this reality from our future selves, future galactic selves, which is truly infinite dimensions. Future human selves, which are truly infinite dimensions, one with all things, all beings, all things. And with being my future self in the present moment, I'm going to speak up because I can feel that, like, I know that I'm currently my future self. You're currently your future self. Wellness, balance, no death, no disease, no war, no famine, no peace, no poverty, no pedophilia, no sex trafficking, no human trafficking energies. And I want to speak. I'm going to speak. It's because I'm my future self in the moment. I have to advocate, and whenever I feel to say something, I got to say it. So the Department of Justice was supposed to through the Epstein Transparency Act law, was supposed to release all the files pertaining to Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein, in a database, online access to the public, the whole world, all dimensions of divine evolution, truly. And this has by January 19th. 2026. This has not been happening. It's officially being deemed and called as a cover-up by the masses, right? Politicians in the Senate, House of Congress, people all over the world. Like, obviously, there's a cover-up going on because all the files aren't being released. And the Attorney General and then the Deputy Attorney General, Pam Bondi, the Deputy Attorney General, Todd Blanche, make press conferences saying how they're not going to release any other files. So, yeah, there's more files, but we're not going to release them. So, although the law clearly states the Epstein Transparency Law Act clearly states all of the files must be released by January 19, 2026. The only thing that should be redacted are the information and names and faces of victims, potential victims, and then of course no child pornography. Specifically states no redacting names to protect people's reputation, co-conspirators' reputations. Pam Bondi, and I said I wanted to touch on this because Pam Bondi has been called in to testify in front of a House committee or a Senate. Is it Senate committee? Both of them. Everybody's gonna be there, I'm sure. testified in front of Congress in regards to the Epstein cover-up. Epstein cover-up. The Epstein cover-up. Now, Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton and Les Wexner, they've already been called in by a special committee to be deposed to investigate the claims that have already been found in the Epstein files. Attorney General Pam Bondi being called in regards to the Epstein cover-up. And surprise, surprise, right? I mean, not curse. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. Last night, or a couple of days ago, more Epstein files were released. And the sentence I'm about to say, I'm paraphrasing the segment of a national news media's coverage of this. More Jeffrey Epstein files released with unsubstantiated Trump claims, plural. Unsubstantiated Trump claims, plural. Now, when I hear this, I'm like, okay, so y'all was covering up for Trump and who else? Because now I'm Trump and who else? Because the file's supposed to be out by January 19th. And now there's Attorney General Pam Bondi's being called in, being called in for covering up the Jeffrey Epstein situation. You know they going to get her ass for perjury, for lying when she came the last couple times in front of Congress under oath. You know they're going to get her ass for that, allegedly. The celestial body says, surely, Ashley, allegedly. So now you're throwing out these files to try to cover your ass. And what? It's like you can tell when news media's, the way news outlets are being told to cover it. You can tell by their faces and their expressions, their energies, their producers who's being, the strings are being pulled, the producers that are being pulled by, whoever they're being pulled by. This is what they're told, how they're told to cover it. You can tell by their whole demeanor, disposition, like, it's some bullshit, but shit, this is what I'm being told. Unsubstantiated Trump claims, plural. Now that's coming out, right? Coming out. My thing is, claims, plural. And I feel like claims, for one, Trump claims, one person has many claims. 302 forms. That means the victims were interviewed to tell their story, to give their claims. So if there's more than one claim, most likely more than one victim, allegedly, for one person, I feel like that's viable and substantial evidence to investigate these claims, to know whether or not they're true or false, or to count out the factor of the claims being now I lost the whole word. Count out the whether. My divine counterpart really irritates me. He doesn't want me talking about this. Like, he doesn't want me, I don't know why. Like, are you embarrassed? Like, yes, why are you embarrassed? My logic, the way I logic, like, I'll bleep out his name. Let me breathe. This is what I had. This is for post-production. We'll have this conversation in post-production. Now I gotta get out my computer because like my connection, my divine connection is fuzzy now, like unsubstantiated. Because it's unsubstantiated is a word. Because there's more than one claim towards Trump. There's claims. I feel like that's evidence enough. 302 forms, multiple 302 forms, meaning most likely, and the soul says, yes, multiple witness statements, claims against Trump. Right? Multiple claims against Trump. I feel like that's evidence enough to investigate these claims so that they're no longer looked at as unsubstantiated. Either we have plenty of evidence to say we're confident that these claims can be ruled out, or confident that these claims are something to investigate further. Why is it unsubstantiated? And then I heard another reporter saying that another reporter saying that once Trump got in office, these claims, the investigations were shut down, allegedly. These investigations were shut down once Trump got into office in 2016, further looking into these claims allegedly. And that's why they're still counted as unsubstantiated. So I was just really irritated when the media talks about this like it's not obvious what's going on. And I'm really glad that we're in a space in our reality, our realm, where we can share how we feel, voice how we feel as a collective, which we always only do in the spirit, and we're becoming greater, or in our energy, and we're coming into greater conscious awareness of this, our oneness in the spirit, and in our energy, and our consciousness, our causal mind, body, soul, spirit, causal body, our one mind or causal body. It's known in Hinduism as the causal body, how we're always only one in our one mind, or one divine mind, or again, the causal body. You can look up the causal body, Hinduism, causal body. We're always only one in our one mind, our one body, our one soul, our one energy. But I'm glad we have social media to be able to share how we feel, and then share online, so that we don't feel alone in our perspective, perception, in our evolution or our existence. Because I felt like gaslit. I was like, y'all, you just sitting there like reporting on this like you don't perceive. But I could perceive that they perceive. So the reporter, I could perceive that they perceive like this is a bullshit. Unsubstantiated Trump claims. Why are they? They're old. They're old claims too. Why are they unsubstantiated? You have plenty of time to research this, to gather evidence to say whether it's bogus claims, like most likely it's not real, or say it needs further looking into. Unsubstantiated, it's like trying to paint a picture or a mural or an illusion that the claims are just false. And that I feel like that's already counted out when you just look at the sentence. Unsubstantiated Trump claims. Many claims for one person. So there's a there there. There's something going on there. What is it? Why is it unsubstantiated? Just had to get that off my spirit, my chest. Everything's been up, and it's like a precursor, because baby, this is about when Pam Body go testify. Best believe we're gonna talk about it here. When she go get baby testifies in front of Congress for the Epstein cover up specifically, right? I did say her name. Like I did say her name. I said her name. It was an accident, obviously, and yeah. I talk about my twin flame journey as well in my content, my podcast. It's actually been a driving force in my divine remembrance, as it was always supposed to only be. And that's what the twin flame journey is: coming to greater conscious awareness, conscious embodiment of our limitless nature, our home frequency, our wellness, our high vibrational wellness, balance, to assist with the growth and evolution of all beings, all things. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to this Facebook community live. My name is Ashley Nicole Phillips. I am a channel for the divine. I am in remembrance. I be remembrance. To channel the remembrance that all things are one and all is within. To channel energies and frequencies, divine wisdoms, ancestral forces, which are one with all of us, one with all things. To assist as we awaken in the masses to remembrance that we are oneness, we are balance, we are wellness, we are balance, we are frequencies that co-create no death, no disease, no war, no famine, world peace, no poverty, no pedophilia, no sex trafficking, no human trafficking, DNA activation into a 44% and beyond template, divine remembrance, celestial greater embodiment, celestial oneness, galactic consciousness. Get my podcast, Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley Nicole Phillips. It is available to stream for free on YouTube and Spotify. Oneness Connection, Energetic Upliftment is available to stream for free on YouTube. And then we have my music. I heal through the inner space and share healing frequencies, incantations. Ashley Nicole music is available to stream for free on YouTube. And then we also have my books, The Unconditional Love Literature Parcel, the soul, the heart, the future self, the oneness of all things. Say, hey, Ashley, we want to help you remember into divine remembrance. Say, all things are one, and you're one in all things. All things are one in all things. You're one in all things, and limitless and wellness at the same time. I channeled The Unconditional Love Literature Parcel. The Unconditional Love Literature Parcel is a 3-part book series. The first 2 parts are Asia's story. Coming Home, the story of Asia, followed by the story of Asia, I'm Home. Asia is a teenage girl growing up in the New York City foster care system. She's catalyzed onto her spiritual awakening journey when she meets her twin flame Chase in the hallway of her school Manhattan Prep. She comes to integrate conscious awareness as well as greater conscious embodiment of her limitless potentials through experiencing evolution that blossom her into divine remembrance that she's one with all things. And all things are one with all things. The third part of the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel is Maya the Half. Maya the Half is the twin flame divine counterpart journey back home to Goddess side. One soul manifests as 2 human beings of planet Earth, really infinite beings because we're all one. One soul manifests as two beings of planet Earth over many lifetimes. They know they're supposed to co-create a love and a life together. Each lifetime says that their love can't work. They will co-create a love and a life together. Which lifetime, under which circumstances? The books are prophetic. The Unconditional Love Literature Parcel is my divine counterpart is playing with me. But we're gonna save it for post-production. A lot of times I would give this to y'all here on the lives, but we're gonna save this for post-production. The Unconditional Love Literature Parcel is available to purchase in the Amazon bookstore. If you're doing digital downloads, 3 separate downloads, $29.97 plus tax nonetheless. If you're doing paperback copies, it's 2 separate bindings. Coming on the story of Asia, which are the 2 stories, 2 books. Coming on the story of Asia, followed by the story of Asia, I'm Home, is in 1 paperback binding. The third part, Maya the Half, is in a separate paperback binding, $29.98 plus tax nonetheless for all 3 stories. If you go to the latest Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley Nicole Phillips installment or Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment installment, go into the description of the video and you'll be able to see the link specifying digital copies or physical copies mailed to your home to take you straight to the Amazon bookstore. Make sure you get to my books because there are books with similar titles in the bookstore. Lastly, but certainly actually 2 more things. I want to invite y'all to take part, experience, witness, enjoy my animated series, Asia's Story, the animated series, which is available to stream AP short stories on YouTube. Again, go into the description of one of my latest podcast installments. You'll see the link to take you right over to the YouTube channel in case it doesn't pop up when you type in AP short stories. The multidimensional experiences in which I have conscious awareness of, I channel into the animated series. And lastly, but certainly not least, I have a live series called Out of the Box. Out of the Box is analogous, is one with what we're all going through. Awakening in a dream or within the illusion of finite. The dream meaning the illusion of finite. To remember that we're limitless, wellness, balanced, omnipotent, with no alpha, no omega, truly always only being and existing and evolving in infinite ways. I love you. Love on yourself. Self-love is the best love because you have to love yourself in the way in which you want your reality to love you back. Self-love is the best love because you are loving your truth. Choose to get that love to yourself first. Self-love is the best love because it helps you embody the limitless potentials consciously. I'll see y'all later. Bye. Hey, my name is Asia, and I am an interdimensional being. I know. I just found out myself. Everything that I thought was my truth was a lie. I chose to continue this life because of the one thing that I know isn't a lie. Love.
So, you're saying a soul contracted dimension of my journey or life included operating out of forgetfulness or dense vibrations in order to reject and project my soul's frequency, in order to create a false sense of separation between myself and everything that presents in my reality, in order to gather the wisdom, experience, and knowledge of self to manifest reality, or create my life from new perspectives.
Precisely.
You've got it. And I was withholding my heightened dimensions and knowledge of self from my masculine aspects of self, which affected my ability to realign with my master manifesting gifts on this plane of reality, Earth.
Once again, dear Asya, you are correct.
Yes, dear one.
But I awakened years ago.
Yes, and you successfully assisted with setting the trajectory for the human's rapid
And concurrent evolution.
I knew Asya was a big piece of my puzzle. But she's changing the whole picture I thought I was putting together.
Asya is assisting you with meeting new dimensions of your soul's desires. Asya is assisting you with perceiving what your soul intended and simultaneously chose to create.
As reality is happening all at once, everything that has and will happen is happening all at once. You and Asya manifested each other's creation through your thoughts and intentions throughout all space and time.
What does this mean?
You are because she is.
And she is because you are.
We met in Astral.
Yeah.
How do you feel about what we learned about ourselves?
I feel more complete. Before, I felt hollow inside. As we come into alignment with our soul's wisdoms, parts of ourselves that have heightened awareness of our truths, I feel more complete.
I knew I would find you someday. I'm glad it's you I found. Do you want breakfast?
Yes. Please. So, I'm up. Early in the AM. Per usual. 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. Witching hours. I try to make the efforts to use this time to get closer to myself. I have internal wisdom that has taught me about the energetic implications of being able to perceive new dimensions of self when the human consciousness at mass is at rest. I have a line with the new mantra. I cannot be defined or confined by my thought patterns. Here it is, 4:41 a.m., and I have been able to perceive limiting thought patterns that I held in my subconscious to rewrite my understandings of myself and my reality, to create or manifest a reality more reflective of my inner truths, or soul. You are about to witness another night of well-resting and astral healing. Karma. Before grounding the dream of mine and Chase's family, I need to clear mine and Chase's bloodlines. Karma. Precisely, Asya. Do you understand what this means? Face the root causes for all misfortunes. It's all energy deep. Energies that are passed down as familial inheritances. We humans attach to one another by identifying and holding on to each other as into karmic energy imbalances. Yes. Why, yes. How do I fix this?
You just...
Did.
I'm changing. And I'm not always sure what's going on with me. You are experiencing a spiritual or energetic awakening.
You've never experienced before. Humanity's never experienced before.
What should I do? Be patient and love on yourself. Love yourself into the new embodiments of yourself.
This way, you will no longer fear energetic or spiritual evolution. You will welcome it, my dear one.
My name is Asya, and I'm a teenage witch. Just kidding. I am a starseed. My story is much like humanity's story. I awakened to some pretty spectacular things about myself. Coming home, the story of Asya, followed by the story of Asya, I'm home. The book series that introduces the book.
After returning from a day's trip, I have read my attempts letter. He speaks of my father releasing him from imprisonment and the fate of death. He pleads for us to run away together. This plea is one of which I am in no state to decline. My other half, available in the Amazon bookstore. I feel as though I was born here on earth to find you. I was created to find my person, the unconditional love literature parcel, now available in the Amazon bookstore.
You're up.
I've been up for a while, spiritually speaking, and I couldn't sleep after the meeting with the ancestors on Astral.
I want to mirror to you the best parts of yourself. I no longer want to mirror to you the energies that gaslight us, gaslight you, gaslight me, out of the knowing in which we know, soul deep.
Talk over herbal tea?
Yeah, that sounds nice.
The secular, non-secular business. Antiquated. We don't need it anymore.
We can allow ourselves to enjoy our human experiences. Our human experiences have 0 degrees of separation from the divine. So, morning bagels and grocery shopping, guilt-free. And always remember to have a concerted focus on allowing light to reveal where I can be more balanced, well, universally aligned, and loving. Vulnerable share, because sharing ourselves with the world is another degree of intimacy with the self. A little soul serenation.
I open doors with the curiosity of I open doors and curiosity in my body. My temperance, magic in my body. We are my body. My temperance, bioevolution. We are my magic that's held inside. Sprang from the earth, my bioevolution. With the divine magic that's held inside. Came in my body to assist with the paradigm. It's so came in my body. It's so we are all divine. My body. It's so all divine as a human. We are all divine as a vine. My existence stands from universal love. My existence, I exist from the dreams of universal love. My ancestors, I exist through the dreams of my ancestors.
Here's where I get into my haka therapy, as prescribed by the Mayan and Olmec ancestors.
Hey Ash, received your request for companionship, so I thought I'd give you a ring.
Nice for you to call. Yeah, universal forces are answering and asking about my requests, which are eons old. Now that I identify as more than just my human, I am garnering understandings that these requests are eons old. Now that I identify as my limitless potentials.
You got it. Irregardless of any preconceived notions you may hold, the galactic communities of the galactic creation are inspired and enthusiastic about the activation of the bipedal human into its, your, divine presence. Remember, Ashley, evolution is a journey, not a race. An infinite journey at that. The spawning of the bipedal human, or God, limitless potentials, in the tangible, is an eons-old quest for the Creator, our Creator, to cultivate an unconditional love and compassion that creation needs and needed. You are your companion. Learn to love without the fear of losing love.
Spoken like a true great sage. Yes, I am practicing cultivating thought patterns and energies that grow love that isn't afraid of losing love. It is super cool to perceive how the self, or universal forces, responds to my changes in energetic embodiments.
Have fun, Ashley. And remember, be balanced, wellness,
and kind.
and kind.
Great talking to you too, Em.
As it is always a pleasure speaking to you as well, Ashley.
Talk to you again soon.
Yeah.